there, and welcome to Folk-a-Dilly Tales. Every week, we will be here to tell you some crazy stories, some amazing poems, accompanied by some fantastic songs. My name is John Hales, and I will be your host. This week, the Disappearing Hall. Rougham, Suffolk. Rougham is a small village in Suffolk. There lies an eerie old Georgian manor house that has been the subject of numerous sightings since the mid-1800s. It is believed that the house has experienced some tragic events, leading to its frequent appearances and disappearances in a field off Kingshall Street. The first documented sighting occurred in 1860, when Robert Palfrey was strolling through the fields of Rougham during the last light of a summer's day. Suddenly, he felt a chilling sensation and witnessed the sudden materialisation of a large brick house surrounded by a vibrant garden filled with summer blooms. This mysterious house continued to be seen by many individuals throughout the years. In the 1940s, Edward Bentley was driving along the road when he noticed a grand Georgian-style house set back from the road. Intrigued, he looked away momentarily but decided to glance back a second time, only to find that the house had vanished into thin air. Another peculiar encounter took place in 1976 when a 14-year-old girl named Sandra Hardwick was cycling down Kingshall Street to meet a friend. As she approached two small bungalows, she noticed a house on her right that was brightly illuminated as if it were midday. Despite the warm weather, an eerie coldness permeated the atmosphere. While the exact location of the house varies slightly in different accounts, its appearance remains consistent. Early 18th century maps indicate the presence of a large house in the vicinity of most sightings. This house was possibly known as King's Hall, although it is puzzling that there are no official records of a Georgian-style house in the area. Perhaps this is where Kingshall Street got its name. Researchers have discovered fragments of green-yellow brick, suggesting that a real house may once have stood in the area where the ghostly house now appears.
Ghost House. Back in 1860, the evening light was misty. Old Robert Palfrey was walking by the old oak tree. The breezy night was chilly, and Bob was feeling silly when suddenly from nowhere a house appeared beyond the wall. People hide away their fears. Some say it stays away for years. No one knows when it appears, but when it does, the ghost house disappears. It was back in 1940. Captain Edward Bentley was travelling down the Rougham road when the air became quite cold. He looked out of the window to the mansion all aglow, and then, when he looked back again, grand house didn't show. People hide away their fears. Some say it stays away for years. No one knows when it appears, but when it does, the ghost house disappears. Sandra Hardwick, in 1976, was cycling down the road, way out in the sticks, meeting with a friend who lived the other end of King Charles Street. She noticed on the right a house with lights so bright, a palace from the past, her face with shock aghast. With the usual forecast, it was never going to last, that ghostly house. People hide away their fears. Some say it stays away for years. No one knows when it appears, but when it does, the ghost house disappears.
Back in 1860, the evening light was misty. Old Robert Palfrey was walking by the old oak tree. blah ba da ba ba.
Bless you. Next week, the Bradford sweet poisonings. Folk-a-Dilly Tales is a Zingaro Blue production. It was written, produced and edited by Mario and Lesley Price. Mixed by Frank Erlenkämper. The poems, lyrics and songs are also written by Mario and Lesley Price. My name is John Hales and I've been your host. The poem was read by Lesley Price. The contents of this podcast are based on the book Folk Stories, Legends and Poems by Mario and Lesley Price and are available as a book and an e-book from Amazon under the name Folk Stories, Legends and Poems. The music can be found under that same name and as volumes 1 and 2 streaming on all major platforms. Today's background music was supplied by Scott Buckley. You can find the link to these compositions in the comments below. Be sure to check out our music videos that tell some of our stories on YouTube. For more information about Zingaro Blue, visit our website at www.zingaroblue.co.uk or find additional links in the comments section. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please hit the follow button so that you can listen to the next episode of Folk-a-Dilly Tales. Thanks for listening.